day 3 of Stop Diabetes campaign, and today we are going to discuss the most important question: why me? Right? Mm, the question why me happens because of uh, the pain a diabetic patient goes through. Okay, so in 1920s, the physicists from all over the world they met in Copenhagen to discuss about the future of physics. Physics is the science that studies reality. Okay, and yesterday we discussed about perception and reality and all. So almost like 100 years back, the best of the physicists, including Niels Bohr, Einstein, Max Planck, Schrodinger, everyone, all of them have come together and they destroyed the concept of time and space, right? There is no time, there is no space. But for us lesser mortals, time exists, space exists, everything appears real. Okay, so why I'm saying this, uh, I told you that I'm going to narrate a lot of stories. So here comes the story. I told Yatish that I'll give you the example of quantum physics as well in the last class. So that is the reason why I refer to that. Okay, now coming to the story. Shiva, Adiyogi, who is referred to as Adiyogi or Nataraja or Shankara, or whatever name you give it to him, Dakshinamurti or whatever. So Saptarshis were sitting before him, and Shiva is in like absolute bliss. Um, and these guys, Saptarshis, they wanted to know what is the source of that bliss. And Shiva, out of his bliss, okay, showed five fingers. Five fingers represent Panchabhutas, right? If you know how to handle them, so you can change everything in your life. That's what the story is. Okay. Now let's get back to our session today. Why me? So many people think that I hope you got the slide. I'm going to talk about genetics and yeah, many people think that it is because of my parents that I got this disease. My father is a diabetic, that's why I am diabetic. My mother is obese, so that's the reason why I am obese, right? So, scientifically speaking, if you look at genetics, what is genetics? Okay, right. There is a cell, there is a nucleus. In nucleus, there are chromosomes. Part of chromosomes are called genes. In that, there is DNA and nucleotides and going there, right? There are nothing but atoms and subatomic particles. Okay, so if you say that you are diabetic just because your parents are diabetic, and are your parents have a gene factory of their own to create their own genetic material? No, right? They get it from their parents. Okay, Your grandparents, do they have their own gene factory? No. They got it from their parents. So are all people in your lineage are diabetic, are obese, are having heart disease, or hypothyroidism, or for that matter, any kind of illness? No, right? So think like this. So our genes, they don't have a mind of their own, right? It is a software. Whatever commands you give, it will respond. So what are the commands that you are giving to your genes? I told you about external environment and internal environment on day 2. Okay. Everything that we do is programming and they are just responding. Got it? I'll give you a simple example. Your genes are like a huge bank locker. Okay. So you can be anything you want, right? I'm trying to distract you. You can be anything you want in your life, right? So the same genes can create a healthy person, a sportsman, a singer, a dancer, a painter, a doctor, a lawyer, right? Or a diabetic patient. Everyone has got the same genetic code, but it is we who activate it. Okay. So with what we do repeatedly, right? That's what I said about perceptions yesterday. I mean, on day 2. So our genes and chromosomes and everything, okay, no matter how sophisticated the tests are and everything, they don't have a life. It is you who give the life, right, to your genes, and it is you who program your genes whether to produce insulin or not, everything. So if it is like a huge bank locker, everything is written over there: singer, painter, artist, diabetic, and all the things. It is with our actions that we open the locker, right? Out of all the things. So there are so many things. You can be a marathon runner or a mountaineer or a shooter or whatever you want to. But out of all those things, with our actions, we pick up diabetes locker. It is in our hands. That's how I ended the last session, right? It is in our hands. Why do you think I picked up 7 different flowers for a theme for day 2? I started with jasmine, ended with lotus. Okay. Jasmine is white, and white means light, the creation. Everything starts with light. Okay. I'll give you a link to one of the videos that I made about the power of sun. Okay. How we are made and how we are created. So in this 20-30 minutes, I cannot explain everything to you, but for that reason, there are coaches for you in your respective groups. Talk to them and they will explain you better. The very reason is everyone is unique. Okay. But it is our actions that define what we are. So this takes us to the next topic: the priest and the cat. who is this priest and what is the cat? Okay, so as I gave you the example of commanding officer of a military camp, similarly the same thing. I am repeating this in another form just to give you an idea, right? What it means to be responsible, or I mean, how do we live? Okay, I told you about doctors and commanding officer yesterday. So this priest, um, I mean, in good olden days, he used to train so many of his students, and he loves his pet cat. Cat. Okay, so he used to perform this yajna, this holy fire, right? In Hindu culture, you have yajna where there is a sacred fire and all. So the cat will come and play with him all the time. So he's worried about the cat if the cat may fall in the fire. So every time he performs a yajna, he asks his students to tie the cat uh, to a nearby pole. So the priest passed away, and the next teacher has come, and because he has seen his teacher, so he would also ask to get a cat and tie it to the pole. Okay, so it has become a custom. This is how we live. Okay, so we don't know why we are doing certain things. Because when you are eating biryani, there will be an ad in the TV. Biryani tastes better with this particular soft drink, and we think that biryani and soft drink will go hand in hand, but we don't know why we are doing that, and we don't know why we eat an apple. I told you in day two about apple as well, right? Certain things. Okay, diabetics. Yeah, take lemon and honey. What is lemon and honey? We don't know, right? How is it going to affect you? And intermittent fasting. I'm going to explain that in the last slide. But the kind of things that we do repeatedly is what defines us, is what programs us. And as I said in my earlier class, in day one and day two, that human body is not a machine. It is an intelligent system. Whatever commands you give, right? It follows to the core, and it doesn't know any joke, right? I told you about hypnosis also. It doesn't know any joke. So that's what the priest and cat is all about. Why me? Yeah, we tend to own the disease. Patients come to me saying that I have hypothyroidism, I have diabetes, I have osteoarthritis, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, is it your property to own it yourself? It is a simple disorder, right? Anything, as I told you, body can repair on its own, but it is you who is programming your body. So this takes us to our next thing, second floor. What is second floor? I gave you an example yesterday that even to go to the second floor, we take steps. Okay. How are we conducting our life? That is the point I wanted to ask every one of you, that how much responsibility are we taking? Okay. See, human cells, they possess something called receptors. So insulin comes and locks with insulin receptor. If there is an insulin receptor, there must be a glucagon receptor as well. That is another hormone. There must be dopamine receptor, oxytocin. I mean, there are so many hormones, right? So how many receptors would a cell hold, right? Would a cell contain? There's so many. So what happens is, if you are making a decision to climb steps or take an elevator, okay, so you are indirectly sending a signal to your body, the intelligence that resides in you, that okay, I'm not going to use this, right? I'm not going to spend any kind of energy. What happens? So there are 10 people in your house and you have 3 cars and 3 drivers. But out of 10 people, only you and your wife or you and your husband remain in your house, and there are nobody, right? How many cars do you require? Only one. Would you keep all the 3 drivers? No, right? One car is enough, one driver is enough. Body also thinks like that. So to go to the nearby convenience store or to get the vegetables or to do anything, everything that we do, right? Body registers it and body thinks that it is real. And as I told the story, I mean, the thought experiment of lemon, body is going to register that as real. Okay. So if we take charge of our life, then everything can be changed. And I know it is difficult. That is the reason why I said, like, why do I call the team as coaches, right? Holistic Nutrition Works is a team of a collaboration of dietitians from all over the country, and in fact 5 different countries, 100 of them, and everyone is well trained, so they will help you change this. Okay, we need to understand. And why the second floor? It's all about our habits, right? Nutrition or diabetes is not about like medicines or diet plans or exercise or fitness or obesity. It's all about habits. So there is a wonderful line by Rabindranath Tagore in Gitanjali, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert of dead habits. So if a habit is dead, I mean, any habit is dead. So you need to be alive. And these coaches will try to find the happiness that you need to possess. Okay. And you will explore more about yourself, right? So instead of asking why me, what is wrong with me? Why did I get it? The answer, yeah, you don't have to read any medicine or nutrition or fitness or physiology, nothing like that. So just invest your time and be patient with the coaches, and they will guide you. This will take us to the next thing. Story. What is history? His story. Okay. So the moment you try to understand what is the story that you are scripting, One man got killed on a cross just because he said, love thy neighbor. Okay. So even before loving our neighbor, right? Like we love ourselves. Do we know how to love ourselves? So, and his story is still playing even today. That man is called Jesus Christ. Okay. And a man left just for his values, his kingdom. He is Rama. Nothing else. He is born as a man and he has become a god. If you look at all the Dashavatas, there is an element of godliness, but in Rama there is nothing. He is completely human, and he turned stone like Ahalya and brought back her to life. And he used monkeys, Lord Hanuman, to win over monsters. Okay, what is your story? What are you scripting? What are you doing? The moment we find that thing, right, what we are capable of as human beings. I told you there are like 740 crore people in this world, and there is no one like you. You are unique. You are Kohinoor. When I say that, I'm trying to provoke you and I'm trying to poke you to understand the importance of you being yourself, right? What is your story? And you can always rewrite it. So, the moment you choose to rewrite your story, right, everything changes. Okay, it is you. There is no Brahma who will be writing your script and all these things. You have a free will. But the problem with free will is we make choices, but we don't want to take responsibility for our choices, right? As I said on day two, we pay doctor 300 or 500, and we want him to be responsible for our health, right? Doctors would be happy, or your dietitian or your coaches would be happy to eat to make you healthy, but that doesn't work that way. Okay, that is what this story, and I'm going to conclude with this last one. Food. Everybody thinks that a diabetic, I mean, I am there in all the groups, and so many people are asking which fruit contains lot of sugar, and at what time should I eat, how many times should I eat, and what are the recipes for this and all. The way we eat food defines who we are. Okay, as I said, I always in love with stories. Amar Chitakata or Chandamama, those people who know Telugu know Chandamama. So back in old days, if the man of the house is supposed to eat, right, he would go out and find out a person, a guest, to offer food first to him, and then only he will eat, right? So we don't have any of that culture now. Even if a beggar comes, I mean, we hesitate to offer anything to him. But it transformed into offering a morsel of your food to something, to ants or to birds or something like that. before you eat. Why do we do that? And when we go to any temple or any church or mosque or dargah, we try to offer food to someone. Why do we do that? Because it makes us happy, right? As I said, I'll be talking about the food. What about food? What kind of diet are the coaches going to give us? No, they are not going to give you Mediterranean diet or intermittent fasting or Atkins or keto, paleo, nothing, right? They're going to teach you how you need to have your food, right? Mindfulness. When it comes to mindfulness, it has become a buzzword these days. But what I suggest is mindlessness. Okay. Don't have any thoughts. When you are eating, just eat. That is what you are going to learn from these coaches. The moment you do that, yes, everything is going to change, right? Your life is going to change. I told you about the cost of diabetes. All it needs is your willingness to change yourself, right? If there is resistance, it is totally up to you. We respect your decision to join with the coaches or not, but this is what it is. Okay, there is help available, but most of us try to live in self pity. That is because we as humans are trained to run away from pain. Okay, so we always look for stress, pain, and we are stuck with there. We are stuck up there. The moment we choose to find happiness, that is where you find happiness. That is where you find health. Okay, so what kind of diet plan are you going to give? What kind of program are you going to follow? These are irrelevant. As I told you in the first few minutes itself, according to physics, which studies nature, okay, so there is no time, there is no space, and nothing is real. It's all in our mind. So apart from food, what else contributes to diabetes? That we'll see in lesson number 4. That is day 4. You'll be getting that very shortly. Thank you.